Discover 5 ways to increase blood flow to the brain. Do you know what happens if, at some given moment, an adequate supply of blood does not make it to the brain? It can produce ischemia. A small part of our brain tissue begins to die, there are less connections, our memory fails, there is increased risk of brain strokes and it is also important to know that by the simple act of increasing blood flow to the brain, it will help us to avoid more serious diseases and, further, we will enjoy a healthy brain and a higher cognitive function, increasing our memory and concentration and. Do you want to know how to do this? Today in our blog we invite you to find out 5 ways to increase blood flow to your brain. 1. Common aerobic exercise to increase blood flow to the brain. Aerobic exercise can raise our cardiovascular function and, thereby, also increase blood flow to the brain. Further, it is very helpful for oxygenating the body, which will improve the health of your brain cells and tissue connections. Do you want to discover the best aerobic exercises to increase blood flow to your brain? You can choose from any of the following simple activities. Walk every day for a half an hour. Run every day for 15 minutes. Take dance classes. Go for a bike ride for 15 minutes. Do aerobic exercises at home. To comment the best foods to increase blood flow to the brain. There are several foods that will help you to better the health of your brain. Just as we have commented before, this organ uses about 20 of the blood produced by each heartbeat, which implies a high level of energy needed that is also obtained from glucose, carbohydrates and, of course, some appropriate proteins. Take note of the best foods which should always be in your diet. Whole grains such as quinoa, brown rice, oats, barley, rye and essential fatty acids such as those found in salmon, sardines, avocado, olive oil, walnuts and pumpkin seeds. Cranberries, strawberries and citrus fruits. Tomatoes, kale, broccoli, spinach, asparagus and eggs. Infusions made from sage. 3. Say no to tobacco. Being overweight and stress. It is vital that you keep in mind this affirmation: tobacco, being overweight and stress are 3 of the greatest enemies of your brain health. You must know that tobacco, for example, upon entering the bloodstream in the form of nicotine, stimulates the adrenal glands in order to free the adrenal hormone. Adrenaline also appears in the body when under stress, and this is what stimulates the central nervous system, causing us to have tachycardia, hypotension, and all of this will also cause the pancreas to reduce its production of insulin, which will increase the level of blood sugar and overexcite our brain. It is, as you can see, a ticking time bomb. And what about obesity? How does it affect blood flow to the brain? Being overweight increases the risk of brain strokes. The accumulation of fat causes hardening of the veins and arteries and, therefore, blood flow is much slower. All of this increases the risk of serious health problems that could be avoided by being careful with our diet and adopting better life habits. It's worth the effort. 4. Do brain exercises every day. How are your brain muscles doing? In order to increase the blood flow to your brain, it is also necessary to exercise its cognitive functions. Memory, curiosity, daily interest, motivation, and all of this will establish new connections between the neurons, and, little by little, it will create more tissue, more structures resistant to the passing of time and the possible illness that can be suffered. Therefore, do not hesitate in learning new things each day, in reading, in signing up for classes, in discovering what the online world of the internet can offer you in order to improve your memory and your concentration. It is very helpful for your brain health. 5. The power of positive emotions. Daily stress, anxiety, or viewing things from a negative or fatalistic point of view can alter the neurochemistry of the brain, cause the appearance of cortisol, increase the adrenaline level in the blood, and all of this causes fluctuations in the cerebral circulation which, if maintained over a long time, can have serious consequences. Positive emotions are much better than the vitamin or pain reliever. They offer the type of energy necessary for our daily living, where dreams and well-being are reflected in our health. So, always try to develop these aspects. Keep a sense of humor. Speak about your joys. Practice relaxation techniques, yoga, and all this will help you to become connected with yourself and be in the here and now, valuing what is truly important. Develop your social relationships, enjoy your friends and your family, and do not just sit at home.